Why was it so important to risk that reputation, all of that trust, all of that capital for this moment?
Because I really care about this country. And there couldn't have been a life like mine, a career like mine, a success like mine without a country like America. Only in America.
Wrangler, yeah. Well, this is we're revealing it.
The points every day, and slowly it's happening. I love.
Dreams are made and secrets are kept concealed in Hollywood, but what happens when the glitz and glamour wear off and the reality begins to surface?
The day today, I'm gonna be broke as
Fans are expressing concerns for Colleen Hoover after the It Ends With Us author posted a distressed video on Instagram. Sipping on a Diet Pepsi, Colleen reveals her merchandise is being marked down.
my boss, Stephanie, put all of my merch on sale for $10 an item. That's like 5 times cheaper than what I paid for each.
Today, we're exploring a shocking discovery that has the entire entertainment industry in a frenzy. Oprah Winfrey, one of the media's most powerful voices, has made some bold claims against Blake Lively.
It has not officially confirmed that she is one of the co-stars that Blake Lively is alleging also felt uncomfortable by Justin. A Hollywood Reporter alleges that one of those women is Jenny Slate. The internet assumes the other is young Lily Isabel Freire. There's also Blake Lively's sister, who she may try to pull in if she needs someone to have her back, which would be very embarrassing.
You heard right. Loved for her iconic role as Serena van der Woodsen in Gossip Girl, Blake Lively has been accused of a far more serious crime than we could have ever guessed.
I prepare myself for the day. God only knows what you could sell that.
Oprah Blake, who has supposedly been managing careers and making decisions that could negatively impact Hollywood's future from behind the scenes, claims that she is more than just another Hollywood celebrity. However, what are other celebrities saying about this, and why would Oprah, who has mostly been silent on Hollywood politics, now speak out?
Surround yourself with people who are going to stimulate, inspire, and lift you up, who are going to give you energy and not take energy away from you. And if you're around people who are taking energy away from you, that's an energy drain. And that is the sign from your instinct, your inner voice, your intuition to say, let them go.
You've been hitting Fashion Week. I know you were at Ralph Lauren's on Friday night. It was so gorgeous.
Oh my gosh, it was so I mean, Oprah was there next to Robert De Niro.
Wasn't it crazy?
Spielberg, and it was so surreal. I just was like pinching myself the whole time.
Me too. I kept pinching myself because I walk home from work. That whole runway is my walking home from work route. I was like, it's amazing what they've done to the place.
It was just like couches in the middle of Central Park.
Gorgeous.
I mean, it was so magical. And I introduced myself to Oprah. I was so nervous.
Wait, you've never met Oprah?
Well, I sort of met her once, but she would never remember. And so I went up to her and I introduced myself and I was just so terrified. But it was the best. She looks at you in your eye. She says your name about 3 times. So you feel like you're the only person in her world.
She shines Oprah. I said that she's like staring into the sun. She radiates you from her Oprah-ness from within.
Her openness.
But if you could stare into the sun.
Yes.
Because apparently you can't.
Put on your seatbelt because you don't want to miss this Hollywood scandal.
This is not some sort of Blake Lively update, what she's up to this week, what Justin's up to. This goes actually beyond that.
Let's look back a little now. She became well known as a representation of grace, charisma, and carefree style as the star of Gossip Girl, a program that not only helped define a time period, but also made Blake Lively a household celebrity. She wasn't only a teen drama star, though, as she showed that she had the range and talent to compete in Hollywood by making her big screen debut in films like The Shallows and The Age of Adeline.
Couldn't they be perfect on you too?
Wow, that is a little weird.
It's really starting to freak me out.
Blake Lively first stole our hearts in the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, a role that she truly fought to get.
They thought it was a joke when I came in because they looked over to see what my resume was. My resume was completely blank. But then I read and, hopefully I did something right because here I am today. We meshed really well together. The chemistry was so great and it just felt so real. I felt like they had been my friends my whole life.
And it wasn't long before Blake's career really took off when she took on the role of Serena in Gossip Girl.
Well, I wish I could have been there. You are now.
It's been a whirlwind. I'm working every hour of the day. And on weekends, we're doing press. But it's opened up so many wonderful opportunities.
Beyond her skill as a player, Blake was a popular figure in Hollywood due to her impeccable sense of style, prestigious marriage to Ryan Reynolds, and nearly faultless public image.
Even sweeter when you have someone to share it with. Blake met her hubby Ryan Reynolds on the set of Green Lantern 14 years ago.
She bakes for everybody on the set. She's coming to set like Mrs. Fields every day with platter of everything, sprinkles everywhere and sugar everywhere, and oh my God.
Leading to years of jokes and laughter.
I want to thank my wife, Blake, the best thing that has ever happened to me. Second only to this star on the Hollywood.
So how did she go from being America's favorite to being accused of destroying Hollywood?
Don't have any control over that. So focusing on what you do have control over instead of what you don't have control over, and releasing.
During a recent podcast interview, Oprah Winfrey hesitated before releasing a name when pressed to elaborate. Hollywood was rocked when she said, "There are forces in this industry that appear golden on the surface but are corroding it from within." Blake Lively, to be clear, Oprah is a serious individual who has been a trusted media figure for many years. When she criticizes others, people take notice.
They want to go because they know where they want to go.
Oh, wow.
Most people don't know where they want to go. A lot of people are going and being driven by what they think they should do, what other people say they should do, what they have carried in their mind for a long time they should do. But the most important question you can ever ask yourself is, what do I really want?
Wow.
And the answer to that, once you can establish for yourself what the answer to that is, and have everything you do, every choice you make, move you in the direction of what you say your vision is.
Right.
Yeah. And when you do that, the forces of life rise up to meet you. The reason why most people have such chaotic lives is because they're living in chaos in their.
Oprah claims that Blake Lively has been misusing her position of authority to steer Hollywood's narrative, influence projects, and even put particular actors and filmmakers on a blacklist. Even if she didn't provide hard evidence, the internet was still going crazy.
What you can control and what you can't, because worry, as you know, doesn't change anything.
Is Blake Lively as powerful as Oprah makes her out to be? And why is this coming out now?
That a lot of things are on the line, a lot of things are at stake. And if ever you're going to stand up and fight for your country and fight for freedoms that, I don't need the right to abortion, but I believe that the right to control your body and be able to control what happens to you, particularly as a woman person in this country, is essential. It's fundamental. And all of the freedoms that I have enjoyed, the successes that I have enjoyed, I feel that they're on the line and at stake in this moment. And I think there's the bottom line for me is that decency and respect are on the ballot.
Since Oprah's comments went viral, anonymous industry insiders have begun sharing their own shocking stories. After a disagreement with Blah, a potential actress reportedly lost her role in a high-profile film. Fans speculated that the actress, who has not been named, may have been one of BL's claimed victims after she liked and then disliked several tweets concerning Oprah's statement. According to the sources, the young actress and Blake got into a fight over creative disagreements just before the actress's Hollywood debut. She was replaced by another actress in a matter of weeks, and her career came to a permanent standstill.
We kind of understood that things were not as they seemed, that there was trouble in paradise, is that Blake Lively and the cast of It Ends With Us all mass unfollowed Justin Baldoni as the film was about to premiere. And it was very suspect because Justin Baldoni was the one who first got the option for this book. He had been driving the production literally for years before they even started filming. He was very, very close to the project, and he was nowhere to be found on the press tour. He was the male lead, was the love interest of Blake Lively, and was in no interviews, was not walking the red carpet, and people got super confused. But they thought that maybe there was a reason for it because this film is about domestic violence. And so they thought, okay, well, maybe they're trying to separate these characters and they want us to already get into the mindset of this being an abusive relationship, of them being at odds. So people thought, okay, maybe that's the reason why. But then it just kept going. And nobody acknowledged it, and it got weirder because they noticed that she had unfollowed him. And then we started to see a stark contrast with how Justin was promoting the film independently, because he wasn't included in anything else, with how Blake Lively and the rest of the cast was promoting the movie. And Blake Lively was doing all of these big, colorful, floral events. She was also simultaneously promoting her new hair care line. She was making this like a chick flick, rom-com, cutesy movie. She was telling everybody like, wear your florals to go see the movie because her character owns a flower shop. Meanwhile, Justin Allison Baldoni took every single interview to talk about domestic violence and to talk about protecting women and the importance of telling these types of stories with, very, sincere care.
Other sources claim that Blake has been securing opportunities for herself and her inner circle, often at the expense of emerging talent, by using her relationships with powerful producers. Blake allegedly personally impacted casting decisions for a project in which she was not even engaged, allegedly convincing producers to pass on a talented actress in favor of a member of her inner circle, according to one filmmaker who asked to remain nameless.
Actors are stepping up and supporting their fellow actors. Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, George and Amal Clooney, Matt and Luciana Damon, Jennifer Lopez, Ben Affleck, and many more have donated $1 million to the Screen Actors Guild American Federation of Television and Radio Artists Foundation, as they are currently providing emergency assistance to actors on strike. Foundation President Courtney B. Vance announced on Wednesday that the program has raised $15 million so far.
Blake Lively is one of numerous females vying for power in Hollywood, according to sources. She may not be acting alone, according to others, but rather is part of a wider organization of elite actors and producers who closely control Hollywood's future and ensure that only particular people are allowed to enter the gates of fame.